This afternoon we're at Burnbrae for the Scottish Hydroelectric Cup 5th round tie between West and Watsonians. West, they look as though they're going to be promoted to Premier 1. Watsonians currently second in Premier 1, so a cup tie like this is going to tell the boys from Burnbrae exactly where they are. But Watsonians started with a bang. The ball popped up there to skipper Kyle Traynor. Terrific burst down the right hand side, tackle just short, but the wee pop-up ball taken by Jamie Rennie to take Watsonians ahead after only 8 minutes. Andy Skeen, no problem with the conversion in pretty difficult conditions. A gusting wind and guy slippy underfoot, but West, well, after 18 minutes they made a nonsense of the conditions as well. Stephen O'Donnell looking for the opportunity. Lovely wee break there, and the ball out to skipper Andy Park. Lovely chip ahead, beautifully weighted ball, bounced perfectly for him, and oh, such bad luck, the ball just getting away from him as he was about to touch down. West stayed in the Watsonians' danger zone, putting pressure on the visitors' defence. Lovely wee ball there from Colin Duck to Graham Fiskin. Back again on the West side. Fraser Sinclair setting the ball up for his forwards and forcing Watsonians into offending. Penalties at Andy Healy. Thanks very much, says Fraser Sinclair. West on the board, 7 points to 3. And absolutely nothing in it in what was turning out to be a cracking cup tie. And that was the score as we approached half time, and it was West who were full of running. And, well, we chipped through there by O'Donnell. Hard luck. Didn't quite go where it was intended. Cleared by Watsonians, and that was half time. West 3, Watsonians 7. Into the second half, and early on, West knew they had to keep the pressure on, not let Watsonians get any momentum going, and it was only 3 minutes into the second half when West got a real rumble going. Jan Voss in there, helped by Callum Morrison, and edging the Watsonians back, and over the line was Callum Hastie, the man credited with that try that took West into an 8 points to 7 lead. Well, was this going to be an upset? It looked as though it might be, because 8 minutes later, West in control of that scrum, and Ed Howe getting himself offside. Penalties at Andy Healy, and Fraser Sinclair again, despite the wind getting fresher, getting more difficult, popping it between the posts to take West into an 11 points to 7 lead. Watsonians, well, they knew they were going to have to come up with something now if they were going to get back into the tie. And Sam Paulo playing scrum half out to Andy Skeen. The ball taken back into midfield. Not going too far against the West defence. Malamelo chopped down in midfield by keeping the ball alive. And Watsonians arriving there in numbers. Sam Paulo did again. Wee pop-up pass. Was that one forward? Well, Roland Stow wasn't asking any questions. Just headed for the line. Got the try. And that was Watsonians back in front. It was into the final quarter, and were West beginning to tire a wee bit. Kyle Traynor again thundering up into the West 22. Support there from Gregor Wood. Ball laid back for Howe, Skeen, and Scott Kennedy looking for a gap, but it wasn't there. And penalty given. Says, oh, that was a wee bit of crossing, was it not? But Andy Healy's already given the penalty. Again, Gregor Wood thundering through up to the West 5 metre line, and this time Was it going to be the penalty? Nope. Watsonians still playing advantage, still keeping the ball alive. Skeen, we show, and we pop up to Jeff Nicholson. Nicholson held right on the west line, but Torrey Callender was the man on the spot to crash over to stretch the Watsonians' lead. Skeen stretched it even further to give them a 8-point cushion. But with quarter of an hour to go, there was still time for West to come back into the game. Did I say they were getting tired? Well, nope, they were not. And Sandy Service slinging that one out to Connor Davis. And West still asking serious questions about Watsonians' defence that were having to stay on their toes. Penalty West, taken quickly by Sandy Service. Straight back at Watsonians, got the 10 metres, and, well, they could do what they like with it. They could go for the try, they could knock it on. Whatever it was, they'd got the penalty. Yeah, knock on seemed like a good idea. And up stepped Connor Davis, taking over the kicking duties from Fraser Sinclair. And no mistake with that one to pull the margin back to only 5 points. With 10 minutes to go, it was game on. Andy Skeen, his penalty, falling just short. Great opportunity for Watsonians, though, terrific field position. But this just showed exactly how this young West side have come on. It was very, very hard to defend there, but defend they did. They started to rumble the ball away. Nothing Watsonians could do to stop it. And Sandy Service organising his forwards there. And yard by yard, Jan Vos, Guy Perrott and David McKenna all working their socks off in there. Then Sandy Service getting Jamie Kerr away, and Kerr's pass to Connor Davis. Set West up on the attack again. Andy Part there inside to Service, but the Watsonians defence getting back. What a counter-attack by West. My goodness, they must have felt they were still in with a shout. With that sort of momentum, that sort of break, well, confidence oozing through the side, and Watsonians, well, they were having to defend out of their skins now, and that one rumbled into touch. Watsonians taking the line out, ball out to Skeen, out to midfield to Malamelo, a long kick downfield. That one was going nowhere, easily covered by Colin Duck, but oh dear, took his time, bounced it off Rowan Style, and Scott Kennedy went in for the easiest try he'll score all season. Oh, poor old Colin Duck, hanging his head there. 10 points ahead now, and all Watsonians had to do was run the clock down, and they did that without any problem. And the Skeen, we run around into the heart of the West defence, keeping the pressure on, and it was going to be next stoppage by the looks of things. Yeah, knock on there by Connor Davis, and that was it. That's it, boys, and Andy Healy at the end of what was a smashing cup tie, with West in it right up to the last minutes of the game.
Especially second half, they came out of the blocks really well. All credit to them, they played some great rugby. We were under the cosh, but thankfully we managed to turn it around and play some decent rugby towards the end there. So we're pretty pleased. Obviously we've got a few areas we need to work on, but at the end, the last 20, we know we're a fit side, and we upped it, and we got our just rewards.
So Watsonians go on to round 6, where they'll face Dundee at Mireside. West can concentrate on getting promoted to Premier 1, where if they do, they'll meet Watsonians again twice next season. I tell you what, I think that's a challenge they'll relish. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Burnbrae.